Hi, you tuned in for the Power and Energy News channel, ESI Africa. For this episode, I am speaking with MAHLATJIE, who is the Communications Director for Power for All. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
So Power for All is an organization that is very much entrenched in renewable energy, sustainable energy as well, and basically working towards SDG 7. Now, tell me a little bit about where the focus is for this year, what you're going to be doing at COP27 in Egypt later in this year, and then also let's look a bit into the future, what Power for All is going to be focusing on.
Well, so thank you again for this opportunity. Well, Power for All is a global campaign with over 300 partners all over the world, and we advocate for decentralized renewable energy to achieve the SDG 7 goals, as you say, and also, you know, the global emissions and trying to keep it at 15 degrees. That's the path that we are going towards. And I joined Power for All just during the COP26. So that's where I actually got to see the impact that Power for All has and the influence it has with partners in the renewable energy and the climate change sector. And that's what will be our focus ahead of the Egypt COP27, which will continue to lobby for more funding in the renewable energy sector and to achieve the climate change goals that we are supposed to reach by 2030. And we have a 2025 goal of our own of getting power to people, and I use the word power so loosely, and I mean power figuratively and literally, you know, and that is our focus going forward to COP27. We're going to lobby for more innovation even and support partners like we have been the Energy Catalyst recently. That's who we were working with. So we're working towards goals that want to achieve all those goals, and we will emphasize that and highlight it at the COP27 that's coming in.
Fantastic. I'm also very excited the fact that COP27 is happening in Egypt. Perhaps we're going to have a very African focus coming out of there in terms of getting the investment into the countries that are needing it the most. But Power for All doesn't only look at the African continent. What else are you doing internationally? So
right now we are just on the verge of launching our Powering Jobs research. Then that's where we're going to highlight the kind of jobs that the decentralized renewable energy sector can actually create jobs and empower people while it's giving them independence and a democratic way to live their life where they have power that they own away from the main grid that's often very unreliable. And we're also doing a lot of things in line of integrated power supply. So we're working with utilities, and our most recent successful pilot project was just in Uganda, where we worked with Umeme, the main grid in Uganda, where we are saying the likes of ESCOM here in South Africa can actually use that template to say, let's supply power people in an integrated way using decentralized renewable energy and also merging it with the traditional utilities as we work on hopefully phasing out, as the language came from COP26, phasing out the coal and all the things that create challenges for global emissions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So at COP27, will you be highlighting that particular case study that you have from Uganda and the utility there, Umeme, and how they are working with, I believe it is an IPP?
Yes, so we've been on a campaign trail since last month and trying to get people to say, hey, we have a template for you that will make you deliver cheaper, reliable energy to people who were underserved, especially underserved communities. And when you have a metropolis like Cape Town or Abuja, you know, these are people who can also adopt it. It's not necessarily for people who are underserved communities, but these are working metropolis like Cape Town, as I say, that can actually adopt the pilot project, which we call Utilities 2.0 or Twake, which means bringing light in Luganda. It's a language there. And So that's what we will be punting a lot at COP27. It will probably be one of the things that we say we have achieved so far in terms of using decentralized renewable energy as a way to deliver cheaper electricity to happy customers. Even. Right. And we don't have a lot of happy customers here in South Africa, you know that for sure.
Exactly. It is a very good case study, and it was one of the projects that made it into the African Power and Energy Elites publication. And I was very excited also to see that there are different elements to that project, not only around getting power to people, but also the productive use of energy, and then also having a look at a bit of a smart element to it as well, because I think there is a pay-as-you-go model that can get people connected to power in a way that is affordable to them. I think that is also one of the key pillars of Power for All, is that affordable energy.
Yes, it's called the pay-go system, and it's very popular, especially in East Africa, where people, in a place like South Africa, you'd have to have financial history to gain access to credit. So pay-go is a system where people actually are given solar panels and they can repay on what they can afford. So it's not tailor-made. It's tailor-made around what people can actually afford. The main goal is to make sure that people have power so that they can live their lives independently away from the main grid. That's often unreliable. So the innovation is one of the key factors that we support at Power for All. And again, Energy Catalyst has just announced a 40 million pounds that's going to support innovation. And we're going to be the foot soldiers of trying to get that innovation on mainstream media, which is something you and I spoke about, because people don't know a lot about the innovation that can actually help them out of the power crisis. It's a global power crisis that we have actually. So those are the kind of things that we're working on and we'll be highlighting in the next few months leading up to COP27.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with me and with our audience.
Sure, you're most welcome.
Right. Like, share and subscribe to ESI Africa for more of this type of content.